Hello, in this part we are going to learn about if, else, if, and else statements in C++. And these statements allow our program to make decisions based on conditions. And using if, else statements, we can tell the program to execute different code depending on whether a condition is true or false. Okay, so the if statement runs code only if a condition is true. Okay, so for instance, let us create our integer here, our variable, which is an integer, and let us set it to be equals to 20. Let us store 20 in it, and let us use the if block. So to create an if statement, we use these lines of code. Okay, so what we have here, we use the if keyword, then parentheses in which we put our condition, then we define our scope for this if. Okay, using the curly brackets. Okay, I think you get it. So from there, let us try to see the condition that we can create here. So for instance, let us run this block of code when only when age is greater than or equals to 18, like that. Greater than or equals to 18. Then inside, what are we going to do? We're going to output. We are going to output using cout, and we are going to say that uh, you are an adult, like that. Okay, so from there we can now try to save. So and from there we can try to compile. After compiling, we try to run. As you can see, we get you are an adult. Okay, but what if we change from 20? Let us change to 17. Okay, so if we try to save, we try to compile. After compiling, let us try to run. As you can see, we get nothing. Okay, because this condition is not true, so this block of code has not run, which means we just proceed without running this block of code. So age greater than or equals to 18 is a condition. Okay, so this one is a condition, and if the condition is true, the message is printed. Okay, and if it's false, and nothing happens. Okay, so let us now take a look at the else statements. The else statement. So the else statement runs when the if condition is false. Okay, so we can add our else statement like that. We use the else keyword, then we define the block of code. Okay, the scope of the block of code that we are going to run if the condition is false. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to output that you are not an adult. So you are not an adult. Like that, we add a semicolon and we try to save. Then after saving, let us try to save. After saving, we try to run, compile, and then we run. As you can see, we get you are not an adult. Okay, so we get you are not an adult. And if we change to 20, we try to save and we try to compile. After compiling, we try to run. As you can see, we get you are an adult. Okay, so the if age is 18 or more, the first message is printed. Okay, this first message is printed. Otherwise, the else block runs, which is this one. Okay, which is that one. Let us now take a look at the else if statement. So when we have more than two conditions, we use else if statement. Okay, so for instance, let us try to delete these ones here. Let us create int marks. That's our variable. Let me name it 75. Add a semicolon, and we can say if our marks is greater than or equals to 80. Then what are we going to do? Then what we are going to do? We are going to output. We are going to output that grade A. Can say grade A. Add a semicolon, and we can try. After doing that, we have another condition that we want to execute. Okay, so that we want to check. So we can say else, but if what? If a certain condition that max is greater than or equals to 60, is greater than or equals to 60, then what are we going to do? What we are going to do is to output using C out, and we can say that grade B. We add a semicolon. Then from there, what if we have another condition, okay, that we want to check? So we can also add it there. Else if we can say marks is greater than or equals to what? Or equals to 40. From there, we can now say C out, and then we can say grade C. We add those semicolons, okay, there like that, and we try to add those quotations, and then we try to add a semicolon, okay. So what if we end, okay? So let us have else, okay. So else is going to run by default, okay, if the if conditions are not true, okay. So from there we can say else, then we are going to run this block of code. So we can say C out, and then we try to enter fail, okay, like that. Then we add a semicolon, okay. So the conditions are checked from top to bottom, and the first true condition is executed, and the remaining conditions are skipped, okay. So we can also use a boolean expression. So if else statements work using the boolean expressions, okay. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's it. Well, let us now take a look at the nested if statement. So we can place an if statement inside another if, and this is called a nested if, okay. Yeah, block or nested if block, okay. So what we can do now, we can create. So do we have our edge? No, 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 we don't have it right now. So we are going to create our age variable, and we are going to set it to be equals 22. Then from there, let us create a variable which is of boolean data type, and we can say as id, and we can say set it to be equals to true. From there, we can use our if block. We can say if our age is greater than or equals to 18, then what are we going to do? Then what we are going to do is going to be inside, okay, these are curly brackets, okay. Otherwise we can say else, we can say C out, and then we can say underage like that, under underage, and then we can add those quotations, double quotations, and then you can add a semicolon, okay, like that, okay. Then from there, let's go inside our if block here, inside there, and we can create our first variable. So have we created them? We have the age, and then we have a has id, okay. So let us now try to check using a nested if. We can say if, then inside the condition we can say has id. If has id is true, as id if as id is true, okay, what else can we do? What else can we do? We can now output, we can output let us output so if has id, we can output entry allowed, okay, like that. Then semicolon, then quotation, like that, then semicolon, okay, at the end, like that, okay. So otherwise we can also use the else block or the else keyword. Otherwise we can output using the C out, and then we can say id required, like that, okay. Then we add a semicolon, then we put these two words inside the quotes, okay, like that, okay. So first age is checked, and then id is checked, and each condition controls what happens next, okay. So that's it about if, else if, and the else statements, okay. So thank you. In the next part, we are going to take a look at scope, okay.